Breaking news, state agencies are investigating a cyber attack that could have put personal information at risk.
Yeah, Roger, Suzanne, on the first alert desk right now with the breaking details. Roger.
Right, Stephanie, both the Department of Children and Families and the Department of Administrative Services are investigating these phishing attacks, and they do acknowledge that those attacks may have violated people's privacy. So, DCF tells us that hackers sent the agency what they call a sophisticated scam email back on May 20th. Investigators say these cyber criminals were able to then download emails from not one but two different DCF accounts. State leaders say the message was removed from all users' inboxes across the agencies, and they were able to disable the compromised accounts. Right now, investigators, though, are still working to figure out exactly how many of these stolen messages contain personal information or potentially confidential records, and they do pledge to alert any victim who has been impacted by this unfortunate situation. We can also tell you that state IT teams, the Attorney General, and law enforcement agents are all involved in this situation. Of course, we'll share new information with you as soon as we get an update from the state. Live at the First Alert Desk, I'm Roger, Suzanne, in Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Stephanie, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Roger, thank you.